Hey guys, Justin Morgan here, and this video is covering some of my recommendations for beginner weightlifters. Now, the first recommendation I'm going to give to you in finding a program that works, and I'll have some specific programs that I'll list towards the end of this video. I'll try not to make it too long. But first, some parameters for what you'll want to look for in a good program. These programs are specifically for the purpose of gaining muscle, gaining strength, improving athletic performance, and possibly as a good weight loss tool. And the 5 main lifts that will be centered around any program, or that any good program will be centered around, is the squat, the deadlift, the bench press, some form of a row, and the overhead press. Those 5. And in terms of weightlifting specifically, or at least for powerlifting or bodybuilding, those 5, period. You may find reason to exchange the bench press for dips, parallel bar dips. You may find reason to exchange the rows for pull-ups. That's fine. I won't argue with anybody on that. Of course, you'll have to weight both of those. You'll have to find ways to add weight, because you'll need to make some form of progress. You can't just do your body weight continuously forever. So, but for practical use, I'll just leave it to those 5 lifts: the squat, deadlift, bench press, row, and overhead press. Chest press back. And now in terms of how you're going to set those, you need to be doing those lifts multiple times per week. Many of the best programs will alternate presses, so one time you'll do bench press, and they'll be 3-day-a-week programs. No more than that, just 3-day-a-week programs. Usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, however you want to do it. And usually one time you'll do rows, one time you'll do deadlifts. Usually you'll do squats on every day. Those are my opinions for the best programs. You need to give more volume to your legs. Not necessarily for the legs specifically, but to the squat. Because the squat works the entire body. Your back, your chest, your abs especially, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, even your calves. Everything is worked in the squat. So it is possibly the most essential exercise to any weightlifting program, period. Next would be the deadlift. The deadlift is a very taxing exercise, which is why it's not normally put in every session like the squat is. So those are the lifts. Now, in terms of, and a little bit on frequency, in terms of the rep scheme, you will need enough reps that you are getting volume in throughout the week. 5x5 programs work really well for that, because you're doing 5 sets of 5 on Monday. That's 25 reps. You're doing 5 sets of 5 on Wednesday. That's another 25 reps. Sorry, 25, 25. And then you're doing another set of 5 reps by 5 on Friday, so 25. That's 75 reps of squats throughout the week. No other program that I'm aware of will give you that kind of volume at those kinds of weights. Many programs will have you squat and do leg presses and do other leg-specific exercises. Squat is not necessarily just a leg exercise, but the benefits of a 5x5 type program are that the weights that you're going to be pushing for those 75 reps are much heavier than what you would use if you were only working legs once a day, because your intensity would decline throughout the workout. You would begin a workout, maybe your first 5 sets or so, you might get some good progress, you might push heavy weight, but then you're going to become fatigued and you're not going to be able to keep up with that. So with 5x5 full body type programs, there is a benefit in that you are able to continue to push a heavy weight for a length of time throughout the week. More reps at a heavy weight, more tonnage. If I'm not going to go into what tonnage means, but If you are multiplying the amount of weight by the amount of reps, that's pretty much tonnage. No more to it than that. So, you need enough reps. So 5 is a good number. Now, if you some of the more hypertrophy specific programs will get up into the 8 to 12 rep range. For a beginner lifter, you need to have enough weight on you that you are able to improve your form. 8 to 12 reps will become difficult once you get to the 8 to 12 rep range. However, when going up into that range, you're not really using a weight that is near maximal intensity in terms of the actual weight that's resting on your body. So it can be more difficult to improve your form over time, so you need to be pushing weights that are heavy. So I think in beginner cases that reps of 8 to 12 is too many reps at too light of a weight for you to make those kinds of improvements in form or technique. So I think 5 is the ideal number. It is the best of both worlds. When you are strong enough to get the full benefits of a hypertrophy specific program, then I think it's a good idea to move over to that type of program. But I think that you should be deadlifting over 400 pounds, that you should be bench pressing 225 pounds for reps, and you should be squatting, at least 300 pounds for reps. 315 for reps would be a good number. Before you consider moving into some type of program that is specifically hypertrophy based, just because you won't get the full benefits of doing that if you're not pushing those kinds of weights. Look for links to these programs in the description box below the video. So in terms of specific programs that I like, Jason Blaha's 5x5 novice program is probably the best in terms of giving you a bodybuilding foundation. It adds in a lot of accessory movements, but if you're a beginner or a novice lifter, you're probably not going to be interested in thinking about powerlifting specifically. So, and I still think that Jason Blaha's novice 5x5 program is ideal for either way, for bodybuilding or strength, but he did design it specifically for bodybuilding. Now, other programs that are more minimal, that get you in and out of the gym very quickly, and offer many of the same benefits as Jason's program, would be Starting Strength by Mark Rippetoe. Mark Rippetoe is a strength and conditioning coach who wrote the book Starting Strength, and it had he later came out with another book called Practical Programming that I highly recommend anybody read. Both of those books are excellent. Both of them and they will provide you an excellent foundation for getting you through years of progress in weightlifting. And the next thing that I'll add program is essentially the same program as Starting Strength, and that is Strong Lifts that you can read at stronglifts.com. They have compiled a website full of information. It is not detailed, nor do I think it replaces Starting Strength. But if you want to get started today and you're itching to do it, like I know I would be if I watched a video and was getting ready to go start a weight training program, I would probably go to Strong Lifts, get a lot of the information, get started, and wait for Strong Lifts to arrive in the mail, or find it at your library. My college has it in our library, so I've read it there. So follow those guidelines. Those are the programs I recommend. You might know of another program that has worked well for you, but the ones that I just outlined are, in my opinion, the best that you can follow for at least the first year or two of lifting. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And any questions, comments, leave them in the box below. I'd be happy to get back to you guys. I do have trouble responding through my iPad, which is what I use for internet, but I usually get to a computer and try to get back to everyone as best I can. Thanks for watching. Till next time.